Hello, physics students. Sorry, I cannot be there today. I wanted to give you a short lecture. I think that I have already talked about this before, but I wanted to make sure that I was really clear. So in physics, we have two types of quantities that we deal with. I know I have three listed. I'll explain that in a minute. One of them is variables, and variables are things that you measure that change their value. And so an example of things you measure that change their value would be mass, or weight, or temperature. Now, there are also these things that you measure that don't change their value, and those are called constants. I should have written this out. And examples of that would be the speed of light, or the acceleration due to gravity. So variables are things you measure that change their value. Mass, weight, temperature. Constants are things you measure that don't change their value. Now, I can have multiple values. For example, the acceleration due to gravity is different on different planets, but on any particular planet, the acceleration due to gravity does not change. Now, units are how you measure, or the scale you use to measure. Used to measure variables. And so examples of this, mass is measured in kilograms. Weight is measured in newtons. And temperature is measured either in Celsius or Kelvin. Oh, I should write those out just to be consistent. So degrees Celsius or kelvins. Kelvins are not degrees, they're just kelvins. In order to make communication easier, we have symbols for variables and constants and units. So for example, you probably know that the symbol for mass is M. The symbol for weight is actually FG, but you could also do a capital W. And the symbol for temperature is a capital T, and capitalization matters. So for mass, it is definitely lowercase m. Constants also have symbols. So the speed of light has the symbol lowercase c, and the acceleration due to gravity is lowercase g. And units also have symbols. So for example, kilograms are kgm, newtons are capital N, degrees Celsius, degree C, and then kelvins are a capital K. So you need to understand, in order to be able to talk like a person who knows what they're talking about, you need to understand the difference between variables and units. So in our unit that we've been looking at so far, we have variables and we have units, and you need to memorize these. So we have position, and it has the variable x. If you move in multiple dimensions, then we have more variables, but for right now, I'll just say x. We also have something that we've introduced called displacement. And it has the symbol delta x. Delta is the Greek letter. and it means change. And then the last symbol, I'm not sure why that moved. I'm gonna try to move it back to the top. Nope, it's gonna move to the side. There we go. The last symbol that I'll give you today is time. And its symbol is a lowercase t, which I'm gonna write like that. So those are the things that we measure: position, displacement, and time. And then how we measure them. For position, we measure it, the standard unit is meters. For displacement, the standard unit is also meters. And for time, it is seconds. And for meters, the unit symbol is lowercase m, and then for seconds, it is an S. So you'll have to have these memorized. The last thing that I just want to give you is that displacement has the definition of change in position. And so the formula for it is going to be the definition of it is the final, I'm going to put this down here, sorry, it should be not there, is final position minus initial position. And so we will work more with that, but these are some things that you need to memorize, and there is a quiz. It's just a practice quiz that you will take next to practice these symbols for variables and units.